What's up, everybody? Welcome back. We are now on episode 2 of Tabletop Masquerades, Whispers in the Grove. Again, I'm Michael Davidson. I'll be your dungeon master for tonight. I have here with me Wesley. I got Megan, Alex, David, Kitten, Rebecca, Michael. Are you guys ready to continue our campaign, our little story? Someone please give me a quick little recap. What's the little quick recap?
Oh, hell.
What's the matter?
Yeah, this is why I went on here on the... I'm with Kronk on this. We don't take notes. We just try to remember.
We have a lovely note taker right here.
The prerequisite was quick. Long story short, we all kind of been doing our own little thing, all met up at the Dragon's Horn Inn to talk to Petal, because she summoned all of us with the little butterflies. And figured out that Petal and Aloe are from the same place. Petal's family is some type of royalty in their little world. And who sucks?
What are you thinking of?
Oh, no one's heard from Archais. So we all went to try to check on her because she's been staying with Barbara. I found out that Barbara's house has been broken into and Archais is missing.
Barbara.
That's what this is. And the cat got it.
And they killed a cat.
John Wick situation.
Barbara's wrath. I can't
There's a letter, there's a name, and there's a picture of a necklace. And it seems to point to Petal's little sister. And that's where we stopped.
Petal's little sister. What? Finya Borsan. Magnola.
That's right, Magnolia was the family name.
That's right.
That's the family
Magnolia.
So we are all in Barbara's house still, where we're leaving off. We are currently in the living room right now. This is where we found, the bedroom that Archais was staying in. There definitely seems to be some sort of fight that happened, or maybe not so much a fight, but some sort of scuffle happened. Currently, all we know right now is that there was the picture of Finya. This is Petal's little sister. Who Petal confirms that is her sister. Now the necklace, we all remember that this is a necklace that Petal wore. A very similar looking necklace that Petal was wearing that was holding like her, it kind of time stopped her. She had her soul pretty much entrapped into her. And then when she broke it, then last campaign is when she awoke it from it. So right now we're all standing in the room. My gosh, that's Finya. But she seems older now. But I could definitely tell from her features. It's just that her she still has some childlike features to the picture, but she's looking at both of the pictures. And she's holding the picture of the necklace. She's holding the picture of me, and she says, do you think that they're gonna get I need to go. I need to go back to the forest. I think they're gonna try to get Finya into this necklace as well. I can't have my sister be trapped for hundreds of years the same way that I was. You're starting to see her start to have panic attacks. Like she's only been fully awakened from her stupor for 3 weeks now. So a lot of trying to come back up with times, modern times. Pieces of her memory are coming in flashes to her. And she's still awake in this, so she's having a full blown. She takes a seat down.
Bucolius is going to reach into his pocket, pull out a little thing, and hand her a joint. This will help.
She takes it.
Take another hit.
She takes another hit, and you don't see these effects. She's not calming down.
Yeah. It's alright, Petal. I put my hand on her shoulder.
We will handle it. Where's your sister?
Last time I saw her, she was back at our home, back at our grove.
Okay.
Back in our high citadel.
Don't worry.
Sorry.
We're all gonna travel there. We're gonna help take you home, and we're gonna make sure she's okay.
Paolo, do you know anything about her? If you know about her family, do you know about her?
No, we've only heard about the disappearance of the princess herself. In fact, the groves don't communicate with each other. The only reason I know about the disappearance of, as you call her, Petal, is because of what I've read in some of the books while dealing with the wizards in my realm.
Sorry, I was just kind of elsewhere right now. Yes, that's not right though. That's, at least when I remember it, we didn't have the borders that you were talking about. We didn't have like this break of communication. Trade lines were still established, and we were friendly with each other. We didn't have, like, open travel wasn't common like it is when I'm realizing here, the rest of you lots, but we would still trade amongst each other. We would still marry within the groves. Or out of the groves would marry in. We would still trade. We would still provide education. There was still some form of tourism. It just wasn't the same as the rest of the lots. But what you're saying, it's just not right. There's no way it can be like that.
Well, your family took it pretty hard. And, they were kind of the ones that erected these borders. I've never been to the other realms. In fact, until I left. It's not like that anymore. The free times.
And you said you're from Grove. Sorry, it's near there.
Yes.
That's right. Druids and ancient forest.
The greatest powerful wizards that draw their powers from our beautiful trees.
Yes, I mean, I have a lot of good friends there. I still know the Haven over there. At least I think so. And you see her trying to, like, grasp at a name, and she's, like, reaching for something, and she just... Aganon. Is Aganon still the Haven over there?
Yes.
He's still we used to be, well, when I knew him, we were still very young. He was just been inaugurated into the Haven Order. Sadly, his father passed away, and he had to take it at a very young age. We were both maybe 84 at the time.
Oh, wow. No. He has done a great job with our realms.
It's good. That's great to hear. At least there's something that I'm hearing that's still somewhat, from what I remember doing. I'm sorry, this is a lot for me right now. Can we like go back to the end real quick? I need to kind of collect myself.
Was the gem on the note that we found? Was there a gem piece with it?
Jumpies? No, there was not.
There was not. It was spoken about.
Yes.
Okay, my bad. Does Petal still have? Does Petal still have hers?
The necklace?
Yeah, the necklace.
No, she destroyed it.
She did destroy it.
She
Okay,
did destroy
okay,
it.
okay.
And it disintegrated.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Bucolius is feeling a weird thing of wanting to just do a quick little arcane check to see if there's any magical kind of like a magical essence around that could be used as a listening device.
Ooh, I like it. Go ahead, make your arm.
I'm gonna suck at this. So
Good luck.
if anybody would like to help,
Yeah, still, we are free to make whatever actions that we want. We're still in
Roll twice. 14.
You're close to it.
I got a 15.
Let's not even.
14 plus 1 for 3.
There we go. Anybody else make any checks?
Oh, I got 13.
13.
I did a 19, but I'm trying to find my.
I think I'm gonna
Modifier.
search the rest of the house to see if there's like anything that we can find as far as like an idea of what happened here, traces of Archais or Barbara.
Okay.
We did
I would
see-
assume that would be like, is there anything else that left behind, like torn shreds or something from like maybe an enemy that might help us identify who it was?
Okay.
We
Cool.
did see
Okay, so I
tire
rolled
tracks
two
last time
19.
that were going out of
Two
town
19.
rather than to the police station. So the car is missing, the cat is
Arcana
dead.
or
Arcana.
Okay. So everybody made Arcana checks besides Silk. You did investigation, right? What was the highest Arcana? 15,
Mine's a
19.
nat one.
19. Nat 1.
Yes, I'm distracted by Petal, the princess.
Okay.
So
So
pretty.
I've never met another princess on the jaded court.
Should find her sister.
Your Arcana check was so bad you actually were like, wait, I think I forgot something. I needed to remember that.
Like,
Nicholas, you do not detect any sort of listening device here in the house. You think you guys are, for the most part, alone. You don't get the sense that something's like that someone's staring over your shoulder. You look back, there's nothing there. You kind of scope around the house. You kind of lift up some lampshades and stuff. You're trying to like get that hair on the sticking off your arms feeling. You don't get that feeling.
still not feeling safe about this. I am kind of with the idea of heading back to the inn.
I think you and Petal smoke it too much. Because you just sound paranoid at this
It
point.
doesn't affect Petal though.
Looky here, man. I went through some stuff in my past. I do have some paranoia there.
I wrangle some
But
coleus
it-
into my baby. My
There
baby.
you go.
Stalked a lot, so this is
Alan, you've
justified
been out of
paranoia.
the force for how long?
I was in jail. I didn't even have this much
Only about
paranoia.
10 years.
10 years? Okay.
I would
You
have
know that,
I'm careful.
actually go ahead and make a nature check. Real quick.
Oh.
For your guys' checks. I'm gonna explain kind of together how you guys are deducing this.
Okay.
So you are like kind of searching around. You're trying to get any sort of word. Where's Archais? Where is Barbara? We do know that there's like you got the sense that there's several footprints around the house, within the building. There's several sets of like the same size boot, but different people. And they're all like you can tell rubber boots. It's almost like a cleaning boot that's coming. And then you see another smaller tracks and you're like, this is Archais.
And real quick, we have found nobody into that up in the house up until now.
Except the dead cat.
Yeah, except for the cat.
Don't talk about the dead cat.
I just gotta make that.
Looking at the tracks, the footprints themselves, like the boot prints, the rubber boots, are fresher than Archais. You don't get a sense of time. It's really hard to deduce the time, but where the boots went, like the grass they were still on is still kind of coming up. It's still freshly depressed, probably the past couple hours. Archais' footprints have been gone for many days. You get a lingering sense, you kind of get a smell of it real quick. There is a spell, a potion, something happened. There's a stealth, almost an invisibility trick that's been just lingering there. It's very thick.
I would like to do like kind of a nature check for like the Archais' footprints that are in the ground versus the ones from the rubber boots that are more fresher. To try to get a grasp of a time difference between them.
Okay. Go.
Is that something I can do?
Yeah, go for it. Aloe. His wheat does not work. Jaded elves make pure a psychedelic.
Look at the footprints.
I
would be able
rolled
to
an
tell,
8
like,
plus 4 for a 12.
looking at the footprints, would I be able to identify, like, oh, this was clearly a human or some other?
What race it is?
You know, they're definitely humanoid of medium size.
But I couldn't tell, like,
No.
So, help me out to decipher these footprints to see what kind of time period is distant between these
Would
footprints.
I be able to trace the lingering scent or magic left of this stealth? Say if I could tell it's stronger or weaker, kind of like hot and cold.
Oh, I like it. I like it. Sorry, 1 second. What were you gonna say?
This invisibility thing, is it reminiscent of the invisible cars that we followed at one point?
Or
is
I
it
need
different?
you to make me a check that you want, Arcana, investigation.
Divine something. Maybe something.
like I sent you a text.
But I've already rolled. So there's no.
21.
It's
Investigation.
Yes. On investigation. You're kind of helping test these right now, and you're kind of getting like hot, cold. You're kind of judging from like where the tracks have gone and stuff.
If you tell me, I can use
21.
detect magic.
Okay.
As you guys are walking around, you do get the sense hot, cold, and that's where certain things. You start off in the bedroom where the notes. That's probably like the longest that it was. So this is probably where
the struggle
whoever
happened.
took it. This is right where they took it, and you're kind of walking around, and you're kind of like, okay, by this door, cold. Walking out this hallway starts to get a little warmer. None of the other boot tracks are following. So this is definitely a significant time difference. And this is when Spicolius kind of comes up. You guys meet and you guys are starting to put your clues together. The biggest thing that you are now deducing is that none of the tracks really look like they caused it. None of the blueprints looks like they caused it.
It looks
You don't see the question from like this thing got overturned. You don't see like footsteps that are heavy. The little footsteps is what we're seeing.
Who are we trying to look for right now?
Chaos.
Could I make a check to see if there's stuff that's noticeably missing? It's an
Do
investigation.
we think that they ransacked the house after Archais had already?
No,
That's
it's
what I'm
invisibility.
thinking.
If I'm gonna make a general theory across the table,
The
what I
vehicles
think
that
it
kept
is,
going invisible.
It's not.
Hold
on.
But you knowing from that, you're starting to like
Especially the time.
have higher educated guesses.
Okay.
I'll talk about it.
A 17. Yes, you get the sense that there's not so much that things are missing, but things are purposely put this way. It's almost like someone's faking something.
Oh, what seems to be fake?
They've staged the mess.
They staged
It
this.
looks like it's
Staged the
staged.
house.
It almost like it's
They
someone
staged
who
the
has
trouble.
experience in robbery and trying to stage a fight, who've been in a fight.
Mhm.
And it looks like someone made very high educated guesses
Okay.
with all the stuff, but some things just are like
Somebody trying.
there doesn't seem to be an order to anything.
So what if I start putting stuff
Yes,
back
but-
where it's supposed to go?
Also,
Okay.
yeah. The time.
I want to stop. We shouldn't do that.
Why not?
Because this right here is a good cover.
So like the time.
We need to leave the cover as it is.
Sin.
Being from a kind of a
Side.
more military background as this, and meaning with some
Somebody
things
had already
like
set it
that,
up, but then somebody
in the
else
past,
needs to check.
I want to say this to the whole
Yeah.
group and stuff like
Already
that.
saw the
This
house
right here was a
before we
decoy
get there. That's who we need to find.
grappling staged specifically so that way people who follow will come here and think that something has happened
Mm-hmm.
and will get misdirected, misguided accusations, especially for those who do not have clear investigation skills. So what we are seeing here is just a staged grapple in this house in order to cover tracks. However, but what we can deduce from this is like a majority of most people who have came here into this situation to investigate it have believed the grappling. However, there is one, maybe two, that did not fall for such decoy, are in currently in pursuit of Archais right now. So we need to follow the tracks outside of town.
Either
They're-
that or the two tracks or somebody that came and already checked for Archais
That's what I'm
and
saying.
already saw that the house is ransacked.
No, that's what I'm saying. So most people, Archais staged this before she even left, and before anybody had even got there. She had no grapple with anybody. She staged it herself.
Well,
I still don't see why any of that means we can't reverse engineer what's happening.
Because we don't want to give people the illusion that there's something going on that would give them the idea to pursue us further down. Like, see, like for example, the tracks that lead outside of town. We want them to be more distracted with the idea of a completely ransacked house, which buys us also more time to go and find Archais that is only being pursued currently by like 1 or 2 people rather than 7 or 10 people.
Well, we're making.
It looks like she already got pursued with the new boots that we're looking around.
And even still, we're making.
There was 3 sets. I'm theorizing that there was 3 sets of people. First off, it was Archais who staged this set. 4?
he said it didn't look like any of the 3 sets caused the ruckus. Like it was staged after
The smaller
that.
set
Perfect.
is what
So
we're
there's a
talking about.
fourth
You
party
are on
here.
the same page that we are on right now.
Yeah, so I believe Archais staged this. Other groups came in and saw the ransack and thought other things had happened, did not pursue or notice the tracks that left outside of town. That was the distraction Archais created.
But you're making the huge assumption that Archais did make this.
So true. We don't know. We don't know if
Actually did
Archais
this.
actually did this or not.
Maybe the second party did it.
But we know that the destruction inside the house was not done by 2 people. It was more or less targeted.
We don't know
individually.
who's done the destruction of the house. That's where we're.
That's
fair.
why I'm trying to reverse engineer it to see if there's anything that might give us a clue of what happened.
But we know that the oldest tracks leaving the house were smaller, more or less Archais' tracks.
But not the oldest tracks. Oh, the oldest, yes.
The oldest tracks.
The oldest tracks were the smallest ones that left the house.
The smallest ones that left the house.
Which we think is Archais.
I think we should at least do
And then
that.
rubber boots.
Yes.
And then somebody left the paper.
Because what's going to happen when if someone else shows up?
Whatever that.
And the invisible thing happened after the rubber
I
boots.
think we should let someone else take care
So
of that.
Archais, invisible rubber boots.
Well, let
And we
it
don't
be.
think any of those
I don't see what's wrong with the reverse engineering whatever, because the people that are doing it are already.
So reverse engineering it will offer take
Two pieces back.
I mean, we got that.
Investigated the scent track.
I mean, it'll take like 2 seconds to just say that we're re-engineering.
We're talking about Archais.
It's probably.
Whoever staged this was looking for.
Let's do the bedroom.
Yes.
Let's do the
Didn't
living
find
room
her
where we
and
found,
decided, okay, I'm gonna throw everybody else off the scent while we go
I
and
want to do
pursue
at
her.
least 2 items.
Alright, so in
That's
the bed,
kind of what I'm guessing at here.
There's like,
Is like she
tapestry
flee
torn
quickly.
up,
She
there's-
slaughtered cat.
the-
Yeah, exactly.
the
She
bed
left,
is up
would have
against
left
the
peacefully.
wall
They
right
would have mad that
now.
they couldn't find anything.
There's like clutter everywhere. The vanity has like a couple things that are like drawers been pulled out.
I think the thing we need to look
There's
for
one
is
that's still in there.
Archais
There's
was at the house.
couple of
Against
pictures
Barbara's
that are
house.
torn off, but one is still up top.
Who did she gossip
Who
with?
did she tell
Kari is not a smart man.
that Archais was at the house?
Like if she mistakenly talked to somebody
Yes.
who she thought was an ally.
I think we need to go
Okay.
back and find Barbara.
Well, we could just call her vanity back together.
Ooh, yes.
Yes.
As you are putting the drawers back in, kind of like guessing
That is
the
very
drawers, they were some damage. They were pulled out and like
Mhm.
thrown. Some of them are cracked. You're trying to put everything back together.
See this big muscle man just daintily putting back the vanity.
Just very carefully, like
Way too good.
very casual. Like he tries to pick up the pieces, and as soon as he pushes it and the drawer just falls off. The drawer stays in, just the door. In that drawer, there is like all these clothes and stuff. You see a little note.
Okay.
Oh.
Can I use? I'm assuming we're sharing information with each other, right?
We are having a discussion within the house right now with each other. Trying to.
You are a picture of a map with some scribble all over.
Do I recognize any of it?
You don't recognize.
Are you gonna share it with us?
I don't think you would recognize the details of the map.
Okay.
Can I cast detect magic on the area?
You
Kind of like the way they were doing hot and cold. Can I do that, like where it gets hotter and then use detect magic to pinpoint it?
you get the same kind of reading off of them, like, okay, remnants of some sort of stealth spell or movement. But there doesn't seem to be, you get like the faint sense of also someone else here cast to detect as well.
Okay.
Oh, interesting.
Spectolius is going to take this moment to also voice his opinion that if we start also trying to put anything back together, our fingerprints are also going to be on this, and if, like, say, any law enforcement comes in, we're also going to be...
We're all.
Yeah. My honest opinion, what I was telling Caden was I think Archais was here, and then Archais left quickly. The second group, the footprints of rubber boots, they were searching for either Archais or what Archais might have left behind or something. And then
Invisible happened second. It was Archais, Invisible, Rubber Boots.
You see, and the invisible part is what I'm most concerned about.
That's fair.
Because that one was more intelligent and more smarter than the other people with the rubber boots that came in and investigated.
So I'm trying
They're
to
not
think-
pursuing it anymore, but the one that was invisible knew what happened, knew Archais made a decoy and started pursuing, but also distracted the tracks of his own.
Well, I'm wondering like if they just
She was just a
ransacked the place.
loner.
They didn't find what they were looking for and said screw it.
But we already found out that the tussle that happened in the house was not between one and two people. It wasn't. It was mostly just one who targeted it to make it look like that.
Let me kind of
staged.
bring this back. I'm gonna make a comment here real quick because I do feel like I might have said things that are confusing some people. So yes, Archais, invisibility,
Coconut.
rubber boots, right? You think Archais and the invisibility, from the hot cold, they both started together.
Oh, somebody was lurking around the house.
That I want to make sure that we're getting to that.
So the invisibility was in place at the same place with Archais.
So those two
At the
things
same
happened
time.
at the same time.
I'm gonna make a suggestion just for Coleus that we need to locate Barbara and figure out who Barbara is talking to and
is smart
possibly
enough
have kind of
to use magic and whatnot.
I'm just saying Archais.
I like that.
There's the paper and stuff.
because
But we know
Barbara
that
only
Archais
knew
was in
that
that room
Archais was at the house.
The invisibility
Barbara's
thing
house.
happened.
Doing that,
Ransacked happened.
doing
Rubber
that
boots
would definitely give us like an idea of like who is the one that probably did the invisibility, was in the same place with Archais, but also at the same time with kind of a race against time at this point. It's like we know Archais is currently being pursued and or captured.
Well, that's
by
what
this
we.
person.
So that's what Gronk said is that we can call Barbara. We can talk to her and make sure that we know who she's been talking to, and she might have said something that Archais is at the house.
Is there a way to detect if somebody has been like?
We're way too stuck on the house right now.
No. So, referring to Barbara, is there a way to detect magic has been like implemented onto Barbara as to think that she may
You
have
would have to go to her.
You'd have to
You wouldn't be able to tell that over the phone.
And not through your means. Not
Yeah.
through your means.
Also,
He found a map. I found a map?
Yeah.
About the map?
They told anybody. You guys were talking. He went on his own.
okay, never mind.
I still wanted to do my second one.
I want to kind of contact contact. So we go to contact and say like,
I want to talk to
Shine
all of
Light.
them kind of just
Shine
kind of
Light?
like in
Yeah.
a
He was
conversation.
the wizard in the
talking about-
treehouse.
Exactly.
Yeah, but he's also not really.
That's not the guy that we.
You're not really
Involved in anything right now,
No,
right?
but he had
Because I found this.
essentially
And now
high
I'm
level
like,
magical
set.
abilities.
Yeah.
Perhaps if we can convince.
You start moving things around. You like kind of put the couch back together. You put the cushions together. And everything goes back into its place. You don't notice anything particular.
Okay.
Would you stop touching shit?
We're all touching
Well,
it.
well, this is what I found. Touching shit.
Yeah.
There you go.
Why didn't you say anything earlier?
I was busy. You guys were arguing.
Well, there's no reason to not say something like that. You found an important piece of
Be nice, dude. Calm down.
Take another hit.
We're all sharing here.
Yeah. Crazy.
And
I want to go to Aloe and be like, do you recognize this map? The little scrawled little bit.
Okay, can I see it?
might they hand it to her. I want to see if she can.
Okay, let's see.
We need spells. Nope, there's some. Quick pause.
Okay.
Quick, get this out of the way. Oh, scheiße. Oh, definitely not that. Definitely not that.
Aww.
I'll hold.
Good job.
Thank you.
You're good.
Then we can
It's meant to be used.
Yeah.
And then we'll
It's on my foot. They spilled through the table on me.
Really? Oh, I'm a horrible. Horrible.
No.
You're attacked, Clumsy, and that's okay. I can't judge.
You rolled a solid 3 dexterity.
That's more like a nat one. I don't know.
Wipe it. No, I got it.
Oh no, not the
Not like
fabric.
you're holding.
That's okay. No, it's okay.
It's meant to be used.
Yeah.
That's the table done. The table did what it needed to do.
Yes.
It took the color out.
Oh, you
We didn't.
I never watched it.
You didn't iron it. We just put it on.
Put it on the other side and
Just say yes.
Okay, I'm just gonna throw that on
For the viewers that don't know, these two made this
I'm
table.
gonna put my shoes on.
awesome. Yeah. Well, here. Here, pop it
You have
right
more
up.
paper towels?
I'm trying to carefully get some space.
Oh, paper towels?
Cool.
More paper towels?
Yes.
Nice.
There you go, good sir.
Thank you. A good mind.
Okay.
Fun facts.
Are we still
Fun facts with
Yeah.
testes.
Well, as true as
I'm not talking about my balls.
Oh, there's a.
turn yours down before you actually go do the bathroom.
Oh, I'm not going to the bathroom. Dude, there was
Ah,
wet floor
God.
over there, so I'm putting shoes on.
What if I go to the bathroom?
I just don't want there to be a solid stream on the stream. So
Oh no!
What happened?
Oh,
Hello? Sorry, Dave. Sorry.
there you go.
Have you seen that video?
Let me know if you need help. Album.
you good? Perfect. You good?
It's something that's in
getting
your
there.
folder actively, right? I know it is.
Something in your folder actively.
I feel it. It's something actively in
Like
there.
it was right under it. Just
You want to pour water on it so it's less sticky?
oh, it's all over my leg at this point. We're good. We just hose down at home.
Something else would be all.
this is. I have seen this. This looks like. If this is what I think it is, could be this spot on the map right here looks like my own realm. Mirafira, within the jaded forest. But
Has there been sightings of dragons?
I have not heard. I have heard of one of the realms that train creatures to tame and ride them. I've never got the pleasure of
I'm-
visiting such realm.
That makes me a little upsetty spaghetti.
Well, we have to go. This.
What do you mean dragons?
Dragon these
Okay.
That. Oh my gosh! This is incredible.
For the audience, do you want to say what's on the note?
Go ahead.
The note, it has its cute little map that Aloe very kindly deciphered, and it says it's all about the dragons, and then signed letter A.
Then, if that sounds like anything that would lead to the Grove Yin Field. That's where they train around the dragons. How do you spell and
YINFIEL. Yinfield.
So you know of these people who train and ride dragons?
I only know.
Do these people not know who dragons are? Dragons are noble and intelligent creatures. They're not to be ridden like some horse.
I'm sure that they treat them with honor and respect, just like my grove treats the trees and the rivers and the animals.
Carly's gonna leave.
Already going through stuff right now.
Who are you to talk about our culture like that? We know things.
What are we doing? We wanted to find where Barbara was.
Well, yeah, we could talk to Barbara to make sure, but I think also
I think
following
we
the
should
map.
pursue the map.
Yeah, I think we should pursue the map as well.
And also
No.
figure out how to get to the grove.
I don't know how much information we're actually going to really get out of Barbara. It seemed like if she knew about people looking for her, then she might have said
Already
something.
told us.
Yeah, she might have already told us because we were looking.
That's why I think she might have been charmed with some kind of magical ability.
I don't think so.
I don't think it was
Yeah.
that. I think it was she was spied on by separate people.
Yes.
Is what
I
it
mean,
was.
fair, but
Well,
also
we already know the police department isn't exactly, you know.
exactly.
We'll get to it a couple times.
Or, oh no, it's corrupt.
It is
So
correct.
it's corrupt, and she's been pulling
What
doubles
police
and never
force
coming
is it?
home and not even checking on her
Not
cat,
checking.
which is dead now, which is horrible.
And
Maybe we should tell her about the cat. Tell her about the cat, bare minimum. And maybe open a police case for this disaster that we just contaminated.
Yeah.
So here's where I'm kind of
And touch evidence.
I think we know the police department is corrupted enough that those who have been there to keep Barbara busy for so long knew that Archais was at the house and wanted to keep Barbara busy long enough so that way they could go there and try to find Archais without Barbara knowing what's going on.
That seems legit.
So I think the higher up in the police department, we will find the corrupted people who are entangled with people who are trying to find our case.
pot calling the kettle black.
You left.
Then why didn't you say anything?
I was too upset.
Well, it sounds like you're not like, I don't know.
I say we call Barbara, tell her cat is dead, and then follow the map.
We need to let her know that she needs to come home ASAP and
The peanut butter around the cat's butt was already there.
No. Why are you holding a jar of peanut butter in a testes?
Why is there a cylindrical hole inside the peanut butter?
right now.
The last time those two hung out,
They held out inside the house. It's what needs to happen.
because they're gonna stay
We're gonna open the car back in a little baby car. That's okay.
Vision.
All right, that's why you're there.
Shit. It's Coleus. You want to
Yeah, we have better supervision.
Barbara.
I'll call her. I mean,
No. Still,
I can call her.
I want you to call her.
Me?
Yes. Silk time.
He knows Barbara
No,
better.
I'm calling Barbara.
He said still time. It's still time.
Silk time. I meant to actually say
Bob
time.
called Barbara, so you were there last time.
I call Barbara and I put her on speakerphone for everybody to hear.
No, that's testing. No.
Stop testing. Hello?
I have bad news and I only have bad news. This is your friend Crop.
What are you doing, my God?
I'm alright, but I got some news for
Oh,
you.
Barbara, you're on speaker.
Oh,
All of us are here. This is Spicolius.
Barbara, your cat's dead.
Damn it, why not?
Your cat is dead. Somebody broke in to your house, killed your cat, and maybe took Archais.
Okay. So there's.
You're so
What?
Okay, so
You're telling me my cat's dead?
Yes.
I'm sorry, but yes, your cat has the 9-inch knife through it, and it's dead on
It's
the.
dead. What?
It's on the counter table. It's on the countertop in the kitchen. But look. I know this is dark news, but we even got darker news. Archais is missing, and your house has been ransacked.
Well, there's a lot of news to take in.
You need to come home and handle this, but we also need to know who you've been talking to.
Wait, hold on. You just told me Archais is missing.
Yes.
Reginald Picarius III is dead. Socks. Socks is what we call. Look at it. Is he the one with the white feet?
Yes.
Yes, I call him Socks as his nickname, but he's Reginald Picarius III.
Write that down.
He died honorably.
He did. He's a cat and he got stabbed.
What?
Stop have to go away.
It's going nowhere.
Fair. Give it here.
Nobody was new. It was just Archais asked me to keep it a secret, and I haven't told anybody.
Okay.
Anybody at work?
No one's asked about her. Or nothing.
Come by the house
Everybody
or
here's been.
anything?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Do you know if Archais talks to anybody at all?
Archais barely talked to me.
We love her.
All right, Barbara. Who has been making you work all these shifts?
The chief of police. But then again, all of us are on double, triple shifts right now.
What's the chief of police's name?
That's Barry.
Do we trust Barry?
He's a pretty nice guy.
How long has he been chief of police?
Who made
After we got rid of the last guy. I mean, after y'all got rid of the last guy.
I didn't get to see it.
Oh, who made him? Oh, that was one of, what's that young man's name? What you guys, Thaddeus. One of the first things that he did is he put Barry in charge.
Thaddeus is good.
Yeah.
Was before he died. He was
The one that.
for that family.
Time out. Remember, he was on the fence, and he was in that place, and he was on the fence about it, but also slowly being manipulated.
But
We don't know how.
good.
We don't know how long. We don't know how long he has been having evil whispering in his ear. Even though he was good, he might have been misled into doing things that were technically evil.
Have you been smoking too much of that Minotaur weed?
Look, I went through a lot in my childhood, okay? Leave me alone. Anyways, good thoughts, okay? At the very least.
Alright, comes back in the house. Are we going?
We're talking
You
about
know what? Go cry about some more dragons again, okay?
I will. Hit you from over here.
Look, I'm sorry.
I'm unable to do what pops up. I can't leave the station right now. I'm still on shift, and everybody's pulling their weight right now.
your house has been broken into. There's a police case here.
I'll send a cruiser over right away.
Barbara, why would you not come over to your house yourself?
There has got to be coverage for this.
You
You want to
need...
come to the police station and see how thin we're spread right now? We had a massive war.
I'm aware.
We are all aware. Trust me, we were there.
Make a persuasion check for me.
Fuck.
Oh, that one.
No.
13.
A 5.
A 5. All right. We're gonna keep pulling on my teeth. I'm on my way home.
Thank you, Barbara.
Hangs up the phone. Are we just gonna hang out here until she gets here?
No.
No.
I'm gonna get on the phone. I'm gonna text Shine Bright
How far
because I
away?
have a favor I want to
is
ask
your
him.
Okay. Do we know where Shine Bright
Travel
is?
line.
Yes, we do.
It is a long way
Okay.
away. I have to take a
What are you
mag
texting?
tech.
Like 3 days, like a
Right.
week, like a month, like what are we looking at here?
Because at the rate we're going, we'll.
What kind of bag do I need to follow?
I feel like we should just go to the
3 weeks.
Like,
3 weeks.
Who can we call for an air ride? Is it Alari? Do we know Alari? Are we friends with
It
Alari?
takes 3 weeks to get.
You are friends with Larry. You have several
Right.
friends that you can call.
partially
Can we call a
by
friend?
Like Ling
Let's
Wei.
call a
I'd
friend.
like to phone a
What
friend
about Ling Wei?
who wants to be a millionaire, because right now I want to get somewhere fast.
Wasn't Ling Wei the captain of the airship?
Yes.
Can we call her?
She's still in the hospital, I think.
No,
I don't think so. She's out.
This is what?
This
How
is
many
like
weeks after?
weeks after that.
3 weeks after. She was in battle.
I'll roll the dice for who we call. I
I
don't
was saying,
care.
this is almost
Whoever can get us an airship.
the initial conversation.
Alright, does Alari Nissan have an airship?
Yes. She was part of. She had Jenny for a little while on the airship, right?
She did.
But it was.
Don't you even that me.
So we can call Alari.
See if she can give us a ride.
Yeah, give her a call. Hello, this is. Who is this?
Hey, Larry, this is Flinris.
Flinris! Yes! Yes, I do recall. What can I do for you?
Do you still flying your airship around?
No, actually, I have to be honest, that wasn't actually my airship.
Whose airship was it?
All I know, we saw some formal elfish woman in black hair, kind of royal regalia, maybe. Kind of had a weird beast, 8-foot-tall beast man walking
You're
behind
talking
her.
about Lingwei.
I don't know who that is.
Do I think
Maybe.
you're talking about Lingwei?
You think she saw about Lingwei?
Okay.
Did she take her airship back?
I believe so. I think, after the events, I kind of cut ties. I've been helping Jenny right now, helping with the rebuilding.
I should look so.
Yes, so no, I had no clue. We kind of just brought it back to the air station and it was like, hopefully no one knows type thing.
Are we stealing an airship?
I'll get back to you on that. Thanks. Just wanted to see if maybe we could catch a ride, but I will call Lingwei instead, I guess.
Okay, well, sorry I wasn't more help, but
Hey, at
I'm
least
also
I know who belongs to
a
me.
thief by trade still.
But it's fine. I appreciate it.
If
Thank
you're
you for your
welcome.
help.
She hangs up.
Are we stealing an airship?
If I can't get a hold of Lingwei, yeah, we're still in an airship.
Can we pilot an airship?
Can't be that hard.
Yeah. It's like
Driving a car. It's like riding a bicycle.
Yes.
Do we have anything
about-
like riding a
I
bicycle
pulled
or
my
not?
airship license.
Do we have Lingwei's number?
Also,
know
why
if he
does it
is?
have to be an airship?
Because it's the fastest.
It is the fastest, but
We might have ready access to one off the top of our heads.
I'm also thinking that do we want to really just like go into the grove guns a blazing and be like, hey, we're here to find some shit, or do we want to like?
Oh, we can go to the edges and like
target.
get out our way.
Do we want to be
Let's just cover the most ground possible and go from
the
there.
whole situation?
Unless you feel like walking.
no?
I was also
Actually,
thinking,
guys,
we can sail.
pull up in the airship
know what
and
Lingwei is?
park it a
I say
distance away from
guys,
you.
look, here's what I'm thinking. We use the airship if
Say,
we
yeah,
have
I think you
availability
might
to
know
one.
who she is. She kind of has a little office set up at the Dragon Hunt.
We can go back to the inn and talk to her.
We
It
could.
can't hurt to ask,
We
right?
did want to go back.
I was gonna say if that doesn't work, would we be able to ask Hello, like, hey, is there water access? We could sail just as easily. Or
That's very true.
I
we
think
can
with
steal
it
an
being
airship.
like, okay, hear me out. With her being like,
Dreams, you just want to live out here,
I
Kari.
don't
Bad
think there's much access to that massive amount of water for us to sail.
Kleptomania.
There are.
There's the raccoon stealing people.
Never mind.
I'm an oiled up man.
Also, I don't think we
what
should sail into this area with flags and banners and other things like that waving around us being outsiders. I think we need to find a more
well, I would say
stealthier way of getting into these
like
we
wars.
could probably hitch a ride with a trader because I'm sure it's a large country that has to trade. So we don't have to announce that we're there. We're on the sail with a trading ship.
Fair, but these are all
Oh my
groups of
gosh.
elves that have lived on their own.
Okay.
Well, we know how old Petal is.
Ara, would you say that this?
That
Would you
was a
want this man
genius
hitting on you?
idea. Pitch a ride with
What?
the
Would you want this
traders.
man hitting on you?
There's a
No.
trading
No,
port
that's
called
fine.
Alois. Alois.
you described them.
We could head right into that trading port. That's where I left from.
So you want him to be.
I say
obeying
we
orders.
steal an airship, shout out Fortnite style.
That's actually Mike. That's what.
We do have a powerful lizard that is on our side, and I think we should go
Talk about
Check
it like
your
that.
I haven't seen it.
We should go and visit him.
Check your phone.
He made that.
Okay.
We should go and visit him. Because I also want to cash in a favor too.
Yeah.
We haven't seen or heard from Shinebright since the entire battle, and since
Does he
particularly
still owe us?
he does. But we also haven't heard from him since we knew that the Crimson Red group has figured out who he was, and he was kind of staying with him before.
Turn into a sheep. I got turned into a
Yeah,
cat.
these are pretty cool.
Can I go home now?
You don't know. So,
Okay, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Shinebright's house is also on the outskirts of town.
I do feel like we're starting to
Well, can we
overthink
look at
the
the map?
problem.
Yeah,
Also,
I feel.
in the same direction that Archais had left to head towards wherever.
Are the tire tracks going the same direction?
I
as
don't
the airship?
understand why we need to talk to
You
Shine.
guys are all
I
like,
say
it's hard to tell because it goes towards the center of town. You don't know whose vehicle, who took the vehicle, and it could go any direction.
So I've had
You can follow
to save.
for
I've had
hours.
to save. I rolled a 20 earlier on, and I asked you if I could put Spicolius in my baby carrier.
What you did?
I also rolled a 19.
Go ahead,
That's a
make it
19,
a
right?
opposed grapple check. Go ahead, make an athletics check.
God damn it.
Yeah, so he's getting in the baby carrier, and we're
No, you better freaking roll.
Michael.
he did. He did.
Did you roll for your strength check?
No, you rolled over 20.
I rolled over 20 on my
Yeah.
track check.
You are very tightly bound on the chest of our half-orc coward. He kind of just quick little wrestle and happens and just kind of manhandle stuffs you with his little
In
baby.
this entire time,
He's now going with us.
in this entire time that I am sitting in this cradle of his, I am slapping at his fucking
What did he
face.
decide?
Trying to slap him and go, you just can't get any purchase.
He's sitting there thinking, I thought the cat
I
was
rolled
dead.
a 14.
Can I get a cookie?
Get a bit. Banana cookie. Banana cookie.
Where are we going?
Alright, so, how are we getting to the grove? Are we doing it the long way?
We can go talk to Lingway about the
Go talk to
airship.
Lingway about the airship.
She's at the inn.
Alright, let's go.
Then we can get
This entire time, I'm also swatting at his face, all at the same time trying to call Shinebright.
You are.
Constantly.
No answer.
I take the phone out of his hand.
Just Colin.
It doesn't even like ring. It goes straight to those numbers no longer in service.
I take the phone out of his hands.
Wes, I think we're overthinking the problem.
You think that, but it is bigger than what you think it is.
That's what she
I
said.
think you are.
No,
I need you to take a breath.
I am not.
Did you say this peanut butter jar?
I swear to God. Remember, I'm not trying to get out of this. Sorry, again.
A lot of kids doing
What'd
it.
you roll? 25. To get out of this.
Oh yeah?
Wait, I rolled the peanut butter jar as a clue. There's a hole in the middle.
I rolled a 25 to get out of this fucking cradle.
You can't fight me out of this.
I can't roll another straight time. Touching you.
Do we have to roll for criminality here or anything?
Get back on board. We are back at the Dragon Haunted.
I want to go up to the proposed, supposed dragon skull on the wall. Is the little gem sliver still there?
Still there.
It's still there? Okay, good. I do a little prayer.
Do a little prayer.
Can I see if this gem
It's
sliver?
Alright,
Can I take the gem sliver? Can I touch it with tongs?
Oh.
God.
Wait,
Give it a graceful
so
touch.
how long would you say I have been in the sling with Testes?
How long do you want to keep him in there?
Well, I mean, we're
Until
talking
I
about.
feel like I want to take him out.
No, we're talking about from the ride from the house to back to
Oh no, he's saying in there from the ride.
Oh my god, I just imagine him like just on your lap, like seated in the car, just
And he's like,
So who's driving?
No,
Oh, that's right.
I want to do a portal. kind of. Yeah.
As we're going
You're out of
back
bed,
to
he's
town, I'm falling asleep in the little stream, like, ah, look at the little guy.
Alright, so we're back at the
Damn, that's a big fucking baby.
In this entire time that my ride over there being cradled by this weird dude over here, I want to have my know your enemy ability, so that way I can know his weakness to get out of this fucking cradling.
I'll roll again for you, dog.
what is
Roll again.
19.
What is and that in
Plus the strength, you want the strength, right?
yes.
yeah.
What'd you roll?
A total of 25.
Alright,
Oh, whoops, my bad.
24.
Get out of this.
You get out of the, you're out of the baby theater. So cool. We are trying that.
Yeah.
So we're at the end. All right, cool. What are we doing? Are we? You go up to you do your prayer. You go up to where Ling Wei's kind of got her little office set up. You knock a couple times.
Same one.
Door opens, and you see at the table. You see Ling Wei recovered from her injuries from the battle. You see Snarl to the Beast Man, a couple feet behind her, kind of keeping overwatch. See a couple other people for crew there. You also see Jenny standing there with her, and they look like they're poring over what, like, just plans of rebuilding and stuff. And it looks like you're hearing, like, I believe that if we can ask some of the neighboring states that if we could borrow some resources, kind of in good faith, we'd be able to, like, really help with the reproduction of this. And you're hearing some sort of, like, conversation going on between the two of them. Ling Wei looks up. Excuse me, Jenny, we have company. Adventurers. It's been a long time now. How have you been? Yes.
I roll a 19 on an attack to slap him across the face.
Okay. What's your
Task here.
Well, I'm staying on task, but I'm slapping him across the face. I rolled a 19. I rolled a 19, which also in 19 and 20 above, I do crits.
You want to start then?
Oh my god. I will hop in and I will hit Spicolius for.
No, I just want to slap him. That's all I
Alright,
wanna
so
do.
can we leave our baby carrier?
You have a
baby
DA
carrier
that I can
and step
borrow?
aside?
Alright, actually, hold on. If we're doing this, I'm about to grapple Spicolius to try to choke him out and put him back in the baby pool.
In the starting point.
Can I get in the middle and say, guys?
I'm gonna divide fight this guy.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
Can I go ahead and hop in the middle and try to push?
Let's stop this. Please,
Can I persuade? Can I roll a 20 to persuade people to stop?
That is a 20.
We both roll crits. We both roll crits.
Alright,
Both roll damage.
Well, that's
Both roll your damage.
I have no way to stop this.
Yeah, go ahead, roll damage. You guys crit. So what did your max hit die to each other?
Can I get the bartender to kick them out?
what does that say right there?
I did,
One single digit.
I did 14 to you.
What's your max? What's your damage for it? Like just your max?
14.
No. What's your dice?
Oh, it's unarmed strike is +6 or 4 bludgeoning, and I rolled a 8.
One bonus action as
Just
well.
want to go slap him.
I just went to slap him.
Okay.
I didn't do an unarmed strike or whatnot. I just did an unarmed slap.
Pretty good.
How much damage did you do?
14.
You did 14 damage.
14 damage on slap.
I rolled 8
Grace.
+4.
That's okay.
12. Excuse me, I can't do math.
So,
What did you didn't
No,
roll the
you
D20,
don't,
my
you
guy.
don't. No, you don't. It's 4 bludgeoning damage. You don't roll for that. So you do 8 from the crit.
Oh,
So
okay.
you don't roll for the slap.
that
It
was
just
my speed.
happens.
Oh,
But you
okay.
crit it. Okay, so you get 8 damage done to you, Testes. Testes, how much damage can you maximum do off just a hit?
I
Without the
rolled.
Divine Smite.
I
Was that a
rolled.
dirty 20?
how much?
Was it a nat 20 or a dirty 20?
It was a dirty 20.
Okay, so it's not a crit. So what damage do you do with the Divine Smite?
So I rolled a 6 and a 4, so that's 10 minimum plus a bonus action. And I'm gonna hit him with my great swords, which is a 2d6 and a +5.
You started this one.
It was his fault for cradling me in a freaking sling.
Hey, it's
You
already
know, we were
done.
talking about cuddling earlier.
Yeah.
Smoking wants to chill you out, not to, you know, get you worked out. Just
I already had damage against him. Okay, that's 5 plus another 5.
10.
10. So it's
So I
like
did 20 damage to him.
You got 20 damage dealt to you, Spicolius.
That's okay. I'm down to 48.
The bartender.
You just see come up all of a sudden, Snarl2 grabs you both on the back of your necks, brings you to the window, and just throws you guys out. Both of you fly out the window. You are now in an alleyway together, fall into a heap. It smells like fish and rotten food out here. Cool. Back in the inn. You kind of see like a stunned Lingwei, Jenny. They kind of just are just in silence. Does this normally happen? I know that bars have fights, but that seemed a little like there was some tension there.
They're just very emotional about rebuilding the city and moving past this. I'm sorry.
To each their own. To each their own. What can we help you with?
We're looking to procure an airship.
For what means?
We need to travel.
Okay.
We need to travel rather quickly,
Rather quickly. Okay.
and we figured by airship would be the quickest way.
All right. Excuse me, Jenny. Jenny excuses herself out of there. If you were looking for travel, I can be of assistance there. I just need to know some details, and I really all it is I need to know where we're going, time frame of where we're going.
We need to head east. We need to head to the Jaded Forest, but we cannot go in it.
We need to go
Well,
to, like,
yes.
that's to the border of the forest.
Thank you, bro.
We have some business there.
Okay. I will ask the business.
We'll leave it up to Petal to decide if she wants to share that business.
Ideally, we'd like to be discreet.
Discreet. Understand. Well, we would have to be discreet because there's only one way into the Jaded Forest, and that's through the air station.
Are you
We're
familiar
willing
with the air
to get
station?
in legally. We just need to get to it.
No, like you don't understand. Like you can't get past into the forest. It's got barriers and stuff. If I flew my ship over it, my ship would combust, and we would fall to our deaths. It's got a magical, pretty much force field barrier around the forest. And even if we were able to cross through it, the forest itself is just a wild, dangerous place. We probably would not last without someone who's knows that area of the forest very well. So it would just be the air station AOX. And I can get you guys there.
How fast could you get us there? Like, what would the travel time be?
It's a 3-week travel time.
Nice.
It's the complete opposite side of the continent. If you
Okay, well, yeah, I'd rather do that than walk.
Walking is going to take months. The only there's a couple different ways you can take it. You can take it by train. That's going to take you a lot of time because there's no direct path. You would have to go to the city of Elox, which is in the middle of the continent, and then make your way through several other towns to get to there. That is, I would have to guess right now, a month and a half. If you want to travel by sea, there's a couple different routes. You could take it by river, but you have to be at the mercy of the river, which way it's flowing. That's still going to take you a long time. And then if you want to travel by sea, you got to go southeast to go to the ocean, and then travel to the Cape of Elox, go all the way down, and come back to the Jaded Forest, and then somehow make your way to the air station. Because even the river wells are guarded as well.
So, to the original.
So 3 weeks.
Okay.
Yep. Let's think of that.
So, how soon can we leave?
You see,
How much do we need to
Petal walks into the room.
From the brewery.
Oh, that's right. We did procure a handful of coin.
We will hire you.
Oh, I think
Unless you want to just do it as a favor, but wasn't going to assume that.
make a persuasion check for me on that one.
Oops. Oh.
9.
Can I try a persuasion check?
Go for it.
Can I give her a
Yeah,
persuasion
yeah,
check?
I'm not the. I have a plus
Go for it,
0.
not in there.
Yeah.
You've been thrown out a window.
Me and you are on the
Can I
apple.
switch this to a level 2 Divine Smite? So I can roll 3 d8s?
Oh my god.
26.
Oh, you brought
That's a mark there for you.
Take it to him.
now.
What do you say to me?
I'm not gonna heal him until he apologizes.
Hey, 6.
Sorry for slapping you, but I didn't appreciate
I
being
know
here.
you're a very handsome woman. Take me on the airship. No,
I'm rude, but
I'll say, look,
I felt your demeanor.
this is kind of an emergency. Time is kind of the essence here. And we think that this could relate.
Sorry.
Actually, how much does she know about the whole situation with like Petal and everything? Not a lot, right? Because she did help us fight, but
Trying to help a young girl who's in trouble.
yeah.
So
So
this, I'm gonna pause you here. Is Petal trying to make her way back home?
As Petal mentioned.
Essentially.
Well, we mentioned
Well-
it, and then her sister too is potentially in trouble. So I imagine, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier.
And then
I've been
also,
thrown out into
isn't
the alleyway
Archais,
right
like
now.
making her way
Yeah.
that way too? It seems.
Until
Is this Ling Wei asking
This
this,
is
or
Ling
just
Wei
you?
asking. This is
Oh, Ling Wei asking.
like it's Ling Wei, so I was like, I don't know how much she knows.
Is Petal trying to make her way back to the forest?
It has to do with the forest, and I think it does have to do with Petal. I think it was bigger than that.
Long-term plans, but
Kind of what's happened here, we've kind of realized there's things that are related that we need to attend to. So time is again of the essence, and any assistance you could offer, we would greatly appreciate it.
At this moment is when Petal walks into the room. There's this momentary silence and a look between the two of them. Ling Wei's kind of like, it's almost like a silent talk is happening between them through just sight. Ling Wei's like, I'll tell you what. I'll bring you to the air station. I'll guide you there. I don't ask questions. I will charge you. You don't get to ask me questions about why.
Deal. Sounds good to me.
I also get to hire my own proof.
Does that include Snarl
it's
too?
your shit.
Yes,
I like him.
he's
Good.
my first mate.
Solid first mate.
I have only 3 others that I bring with me. It's a
why I
fairly
like-
small airship, but it's fast.
Can we trust them?
Trust these drivers with my life.
That's good enough for
We
me.
haven't met. I don't believe you have met the other 3.
No.
You might have met. No, I don't think you've met the other 3. But we can leave at first light the early.
Nice. I guess we'll have to bring the 2 ruffians with us.
You're welcome to put them in the brig if you want.
Oof.
You know what? We might have to find some work for them. If you'll please excuse me, she kind of pushes her chair back. I have some preparations to make at haste. She walks out the room and starts calling, get on her cell phone. Yes, we'll start prepping the ship. We need to leave by first morning.
Oh, can I get her contact information? Say that to my cell phone.
Yeah, she gives it to you.
Hey, girl, can't get your digits.
Whoa.
What's her charisma?
And in the meantime,
Yeah, let me roll an insight check. Let me check out how insightful that booty is.
Oh.
I like tough women, you know my wife.
Because I'm just like, oh man, I gotta go on an airship again.
Oh, I know. Isn't
Is that how you got your-
We'll get you a plant. We'll get you a flower to bring with.
Get a what?
We'll get a flower to bring with.
Oh my gosh, you're an acceptable one of this crew. I don't know about the rest. I mean, you're okay too.
Are there any shops?
You're
Right now it's late. You were at Barbara's house when it was nighttime, and it's nighttime still. I would say first sunrise is about 4 hours away from now. Is there anything particularly that you want to do within those 4 hours?
I want to get Aloe a plant to bring with.
Okay, cool. Where there's, you might not be able to find any open shops per face open,
Okay.
but there's tons of, like, there's the farmlands that are most part relatively, actually no, those were burned down as well. There's stuff around the forest. You could take a nature check to see what she would like.
No, I'm gonna go to a shop.
Okay, cool. You go to a nursery and you see all sorts of different things. Some of them are like through the
I know
window,
what this
you
is.
see them all kind of like starting to bud. They have little glass jars to kind of like help the sprouting process, little holes cut in. You see this menagerie of different styles of plants and flora, different sizes.
And they're inside of like a building, correct? Is there any like right next to the window?
Yes.
Cool. I'm willing to expend a focus point to coalesce a ball of acid around my fist.
Go for it.
And just delicately just through the window, just enough to grab something
And kind of like see the glass melt by like literal by knuckle. You're just pressing it in, and you just see the depression of your fist go through, kind of turning it to make a little bit of a circle, just to be able to grab whatever small plant.
the prettiest one right there.
You get like this very beautiful, like a very young sproutling of a flower that it's still in its bud. You still see like some of its like leaves popping out of the little stems, but it's still very young.
Cool. And then I will go ahead and I will leave 50 gold.
Oh.
No. I'll leave 10.
Okay, still very generous.
I'll leave 10. I want them to fix the window.
That's fair.
I may be a thief, but I'm not criminal.
Would I know of any shops that sell any magic cloaks around here? Probably not.
None that are probably open or not destroyed.
But damn. Could I find a magic cloak in one of the shops that's destroyed, maybe?
You can make a very strong investigation. It's gonna be high.
Let's find out what happens.
Anything else anybody else wants to do?
Go home and pack.
Go home and start packing.
Dang, I rolled a 16.
You were searching all night, buddy. You have no time to prepare. No, you do not find a cloak.
That's fair.
You start packing. What is you have your little shack in the woods that
I'm out
you're
my little
torn-
wrist, putting my shit together, packing up.
You go into your home of retirement that it's just not been that.
But
been
it's
retired.
been people in and out. People have been staying with me the whole time we've been doing cleanup. Like, it's a disaster in my house.
Very, very Bilbo Baggins, like with drawers.
After the dwarves, and I'm like, why?
You're like, oh, you didn't put the plates away.
Would it be... Do you remember the safe house that we went to? That I got us to? Would it be fair to say that we remember how to get there? And would it be fair to say that there's supplies that we could use from there too to, like, prepare?
Yeah.
Can we just... I'll lead everybody there. If that's okay with y'all.
Yeah, I'm down.
You pack up the provisions that you need, and you make your way to the Green Song Air Station. Bustling building. There's like airships flying in and out. How these airships are built? You have like, can't see that on camera. It's just like a normal ship, but it has this giant floating like balloon blimp style that it's connected to. It's got rudders and it's got propellers that propel it through the sky and stuff.
Very Zeppelin.
Very Zeppelin. It's very Stardust kind of fly.
I was trying to think of the name of the movie.
Very Stardust.
What a reference.
Such an underrated movie. So yes, and you see Bleak Wave, Snarltooth, they're loading up their ship right now. You see her barking at you see Snarltooth barking orders, like hauling crates up pulleys. The ship is already like hovering above the air right now.
I'm gonna give Aloe her bud.
As soon as you get your hands on it, you see just the petals just start to come out together, and you see like the most beautiful rainbow sprouting. It's almost like looking at a child that's just being born. First, opening their eyes and waking up.
This beautiful creature, my new friend.
What kind of flower is it?
I
know.
This is like a mix of some sort of like chrysanthemum and like a lily put together. It's just got like orchid. It has like the little like antennas that come out of the orchids as well, with like the chrysanthemums. It's a kind of buzz.
Is that the word? I don't know.
Yes.
Ooh, little pollen tendrils coming out. Like, yes. Oh, you are my new buddy.
You guys walk up, you see Ling Wei, and she says, Adventurers, well, I'm glad you made it here in time because we're pretty much just ready to go. We're packing the last boxes. We've been up all night. And we're ready to ship off when you guys are.
Let's go.
You see this rope ladder just kind of get tossed down off the side of the ship. And you make your way up to it. And this is a very beautifully, freshly polished, freshly cleaned deck of this ship. Everything about this is pristine. You see, like, almost everything about it is new. It's kind of odd to see something so fresh from the battle. But we do know that this wasn't part of the battle. This has always been away from the battle. It held Jenny, and then it brought it. They took her out of there.
I used druid craft to make the flower bloom. It's beautiful. It's distracting me from this.
The impending trip.
Yes.
Not this one. I didn't like that one. I'm sorry. All right, we are ready to ship off. We leave immediately. You see Sawtooth like, all right, overall lines. And he starts taking all the ropes off. They bring the rope ladder back up. Why is this still kind of somber? You start to see the ship start to get lighter. They don't like throwing some head bags out. The ship starts floating, starts making its way off. You start to like float, and you guys are over the side of the ship. You start to see Greensong shrink away in the distance as the airship starts to pull away high above the sky. You're now hundreds of feet up in the sky right now. So you start making your way. Takes a little bit of a turn. Starts going due west. You see this kind of like wing waves charting over a map. Snarltooth is at the helm. You see a sort of Asian-looking human male kind of twirling up some line, some rope on the deck. We see a... Oh yeah, that's all you see right on top of the deck, right?
Can I go to Ling Wei, and I want to show her the piece of paper and part of the map,
Okay.
and see if she recognizes it.
She takes it from you. She goes, this looks like to be a very crudely drawn map of the Jaded Forest. Like you see some of the rivers here. You see a couple of the groves. It's a little outdated, but as if someone was looking at an older map. This is probably something from a reference from hundreds of years ago, which makes sense because the Jaded Elves are secretive amongst themselves, amongst the outside world, so the fact that you actually are able to pinpoint some of the groves and the exact locations is impressive.
Okay.
Like there's Magnala, there's Mirathia, there's the Infale, there's Dorlana, I think that's the Mirror Tree right there as well.
What do you know of dragons there?
Dragons, not so much. I mean, there's rumors that there's a grove that tames some sort of worms or dragons. I don't know too much about it as well. I mean, there's some legends that there's dragons there from the past, but I mean, everywhere has some sort of dragons in the past of stories. So it's kind of hard to depict the accuracy of it.
Through clenched teeth, I take the paper back and I say, thank you so much.
You're very welcome. You start to see she has like her little like abacus and her all of her different seaworthy tools. Starts kind of plotting out the map protractors.
Sextant.
The sextant.
Yeah.
So what's your deal with dragons?
My deal? I've trained under several. These tattoos that I have are from my travels.
Are you looking for any specific dragon?
Well, I mean, I've already trained under 2 specific dragons. I've trained under a white dragon, and I've also trained under a red dragon. And
It's the goal to train under every color.
it's to train under the 5. My monastery, who took me in. And
So you're a monk, right? Welcome aboard. I'm glad to have you.
you kind of missed it the other day.
I did.
Yeah.
Trying to catch up.
Yeah. I see your disapproving eyes.
So you guys are on the deck right now, and you're kind of meeting around. So, you're gonna spend the next couple of weeks with this. You have all the food that you need for the most part. It's almost a straight exact shot. Throughout this time, you're going to see Petal is almost, if she's outside, she's always just on one of the bits or bollards, like kind of where they tie the ropes to, that secures the ship to wherever. She kind of just sits, her hair is blowing out in the wind. She has a very somber look on her face. You see the human male Asian, black hair, kind of my length, to the shoulders. His name is Cho. He's a swashbuckling, very young man. He's probably in his like early 20s. Has kind of a chip on his shoulder. Kind of very sure of himself. Almost in a bragging kind of way. You will also meet the cook. This is in all intents and purposes an exact look, slightly bigger, fennec fox of like this very bright, fiery orange hair. This is their cook. Also named Charles. He was named that way off of his master. It was actually makes very good food, which is different than Michigan. And after the first couple of nights, you meet the last member of their crew. And it's Ling Wei kind of walks up to y'all and it says, it's kind of funny that you mentioned dragons, because while I was looking for my crew, there was one member I was very unsure that would actually join us. But once we mentioned mentioned dragons, or going back to the Jaded Forest, he said something about dragons as well, which is very odd. And you see someone kind of step out behind him, and you see this purple rags, blue reptilian creature. You see Baron step around the corner. Friends, we're looking for dragons. Look no further, I am a dragon myself. Albeit a very young. This thing is a kobold. It's a blue kobold. But yes, you spend the next couple weeks. We kind of like paint the pictures. You guys are doing different tasks, helping move some stuff around. You guys stand watch the sunrise, sunset, the moon up in the skies. You see more stars than you've ever seen in your entire life being this high up. You see, same thing, Paddle's always out there staring with like this somber look on her face. And it's kind of like this picture of like a map of seeing like the dots as like we're making the airship go to the air station. After 3 weeks, kind of starting getting a little, we wouldn't say seasick, but airsick.
Stir crazy.
Stir crazy. And it only takes like, maybe 45 seconds to get from like the bow to the stern. Like it's a very small ship. You see, you kind of come up and you see, oh, Forrest, oh! And you see like Varen standing up at the mast, just pointing, and you get your first look of the Jaded Force. Miles upon miles until you can't see anything else. You see some mountains in the like very in the distance, just like the very tips of them. Forests, hundreds of feet tall trees, just as far as the eye can see. And you see this little speck of like buildings on the very edge. You guys start to lower yourselves down. You see the air station Aeolus. As you get closer and closer, you start to see a couple more buildings. There's different airships that are currently stationed there, but they're not moving. So it's kind of making its way down. Is there anything, what's going through y'all's minds right now as you first look at this place?
So there's air station Aeolus?
Aeolus.
Is it one of those forests in like you know, like old Europe and like fairy tales where it's like it's genuinely dark even in broad daylight.
So staring from the outside, it is almost the equivalent of looking at like Fangorn Forest from the outside.
That's exactly what I was thinking, Loki.
But like the trees are
I was
way
thinking
bigger.
like redwood trees.
Way bigger. Like redwood, like bigger than redwoods.
Oh shit,
They're huge.
this is like mega Hoth.
Oh.
It's like hot but bigger. You mean not hot? Hot's a snow.
Oh, you're right.
Endor.
Endor, I'm sorry.
What's going through your mind right now?
Oh, you know.
I'm just glad to be on the
Land.
My home.
It's the ground.
Make that.
You're not supposed to be up that high.
No, they're not. Not at all. You guys get ferry down. They throw the lines over. They attach. You guys make your way off the ship, and then immediately you see very royally adorned soldiers walking up to you in very tight formation. I'm talking about like dozens of them. Clad gold helmet, gold shoulder pauldrons, bright blue robes on. All of them have the very elvish pointy ears. They all have purple eyes, and they start making their way over to you.
Procolis with a very like kind of skeptically / scared look says, "Go."
I'm gonna pull up my cloak.
Mr. Diplomat doesn't want to help us out right now.
This looks kind of scary.
I want to whisper to Etalune.
We have a better diplomat.
No. I don't think they're ready yet to know that she has returned.
I agree. We actually kind of wanted to play this out as it was traveling to. I don't know how we're going to spin it to get in, but. I guess we're just going to wing it.
Gonna have to wing it.
Can I go ahead and walk up and approach the soldiers?
Yeah, but they're already like walking up towards you. They're like 10 feet away from y'all. They stop. By order of the Grove Magnol of the Jaded Forest, what business do you have here?
Oh, hello, my good sir. We are just traveling performers. And I'll start diddling a tune on my lute. We were just looking and seeing if maybe you might perchance want an outsider performance, or maybe see something exotic you haven't seen before.
No. We have enough performers here. We have our own performers that we train in our own grove.
Your own performers? Why, I'd love to see. I'm a traveling bard, my good man. I'd love to learn your craft.
Get persuasion.
Oh boy, persuasion.
Crunch.
26.
26. But it's true that we have many people outside the forest have not seen the performers of the Jaded Forest. Oh no, I can't make this decision. I would have to get it from my superiors to approve this, for me to step entry into our own realm.
I believe that is quite fair. I mean, we are unknown to you. I mean, I understand, but
You are going to be locked with the ship. You do not have permission to take off or leave. We will be posting guards outside the ship, and if you dare to leave, we will shoot your ship down. And you see like giant like harpoons and trebuchets like set up all over the city or the town. He goes off. Petal pulls you guys closer. I think it was the right call by not, making my presence known, but we have to figure out a way to get to my grove. And judging from what you have told me, Aloe, might have some difficulty. I don't know what the state it is, this forest is right now. But I get the sense of shushed whispers. Almost like things are being shut off.
You feel it.
I'm feeling a lot right now. This is my first time being so close back to the forest.
Very closed off society.
I don't know if Aloe has told you much about Jaded Elves, but we have a very deep-rooted connection to the forest. We feel the forest. The forest feels us. We are born of the forest. We have the ability to have a form of communication to the forest.
The very forest has a lifeblood.
It does. It has its own ether flow. So we gotta tread lightly. I don't know what's the state of what we're gonna find or where we're gonna go. But I'm not prepared yet or ready to make my presence known yet. To announce myself.
I believe that is a wise decision.
I meant Petal. The rivers. There is a river that leads us deeper into the forest where we could rid ourselves of these guards.
We would have to make our way past this aid station into the well.
Are we allowed off the ship?
No. You guys are
No.
barred to the ship.
So we're just waiting for a word back to see if they're like we're good to check out the
Yep.
performers. Okay.
We take a look to see
Yeah.
potential escape routes that, if there was a distraction, could help us escape to these.
At this point, we're on the ship now, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, is Leeway and Stormtooth a part of this conversation as well, or?
Yeah, they're there.
I guess, can I do an investigation check to see if there's potential way that we could take if there was a distraction good enough to like keep the guards?
Yeah, go for it. Make your investigation check.
Yikes. What are the harpoons made of?
I got 7.
Not the ammunition,
I'm
but
just
like
kinda-
the whole
a little bit bewildered by the
There's a mixture of wood, but like it's mostly wood, but it has metal supports that are like.
I'm down to wait to see if we can persuade them to let us walk around freely, as opposed to escaping and sneaking away. Because if we get caught, then we could get fucked. You know.
All
There.
we need to do is get out of this city. The way I entered this city was through a path near the river.
Okay.
If we could get back to that with just a distraction.
Well, what happens if they don't let us?
Well, we're about
The
to
thing
steal
is,
an airship. I
we
feel like we're about to
told
steal our way in.
I don't think that's smart either.
A last resort kind of, with Petal's permission kind of thing.
All right. Outside the box thinking here. Say they come back and they tell us to fuck off. We start flying back. I have wing boots. We make a human line. Jump off the plane, and I slowly
just gonna
fly
roll
you
it?
guys into the forest.
What if you didn't want to go through anything?
Should have just take the ship like we're flying away and then jump into a river.
Or we can say we need to stay the night and then make our way out of the cover of things.
Well, they might make us force us to stay the night in our ship.
Yeah.
That's when we escape. It would make a good enough distraction, I think.
Can I sit by the I guess the on ramp of the ship? And can I just start playing like Elvish tunes
Why
that
don't
I
we work
know?
together?
Please.
Start,
Because the guards are right there, right? Like they're not on the ship, but they're posted on the dock, right?
there's a couple of them. They're there.
Well,
And they pick it up.
why did I come
They
out?
said they look over. Sorry, excuse me. We have not heard music outside of our own music outside of the forest before. Where did you learn to play like that?
I'm a traveling bard. I've been to many different lands, and some of these tunes are just notable ones that I've kept in my repertoire. Do you have any songs that you prefer, or any songs that you might know of, or perhaps myths or legends that you haven't heard in a while?
No, just interesting.
What's the
Start
kind
to
of
see
song that
him-
you like?
You start to see him write something down.
Spaghetti.
I have my own taste of music.
You play any?
I don't play.
That's unfortunate.
I've never had a desire. I've bred for war.
Bread.
It's admirable.
If I bring him our jar of peanut butter.
You have it still? Well, peanut butter. Peanut butter from Barbara.
It's kind of a cool dry bread.
Yeah.
Well, he never took it off, so you know.
That's the
Cool or dry.
I've only dunked Little Smokey's head.
Well, tell me, how do you feel? What emotion are you feeling now?
Starting to get annoying.
It's fair. I'll go
I
back to
can
playing.
sense this from my fellow shaded elf, even though he is from such a different realm. I'm becoming uncomfortable. I'm just gonna tell these guys, let's get ready. Because I want to cast Fog Cloud right now.
Oh, okay.
Cast what?
Fog Cloud.
Alrighty.
Alright,
Nah, this is getting too tricky.
Alright, before.
I sense this guy. I sense the guards. Not going well.
Alright, so to the river, that's the plan.
Yes.
Okay,
Get
go for
ready.
it.
You start to see. Okay,
On
good.
foot?
Do your thing.
We gotta flee on foot. Oh, or I'll tell them all secretly. You guys.
Yeah.
Leroy Jenkins.
All right.
I'm going to.
Are you ready?
That's my middle name.
Yeah, the,
I thought it was danger.
Actually, my second name, the first name is Danger.
ready?
You cast your fog. Start to see it kind of billow out, very much like coming off the ship, like almost like a theatrics, just billowing, just thick smoke just coming off of it. Start to see the guards start looking a little confused. They start looking at the clouds. I didn't think that there was going to be rain today. The fall, the weather was wrong. Weather's always wrong. I know, I told you not to trust him. It just starts to you start to now see all of the street lights starts to have this glow through the fog. There's places you probably could only see maybe 3 feet in front of you. Never seen fog this thick outside the forest. It's not this kind of season for the weather to be doing this.
I want to make my way to one of the harpoons.
Okay.
If it's, if I know which direction it was in.
Okay, yeah.
And as stealthily as possible, I want to get close to it.
Okay.
And get to a wooden part. I'll spend a focus point to coat my hands in fire and touch as much as I can to get it going.
Okay. Anybody who's sneaking off the ship, make your stealth check, but make it with advantage under the.
I get triple advantage then.
There's no such thing.
Oh.
Sorry.
And we'll thank Leeway for taking us this far, right?
Mhm.
Oh my god, that's
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
same. Same.
Then let's go.
I said I would guide you to the forest.
Okay.
17.
Let's go, girly.
I rolled a
Has to
nat
be
one.
involved.
Advantage?
Go.
Oh. Didn't even think about that. That might just save me. Sweet, 19.
Nice. Roll a stealth check for us with
That
advantage.
saved me.
Spicolius.
That's 25.
A 20. Yes, you fly over there.
Stealth
You start
check,
jumping
run
on,
off
you don't even go
first
down
from
like
fog.
the ramp. You jump
With
off the
advantage.
ship,
Roll twice
land
advantage.
out to a very rush hour 2, fall onto a stands umbrella, roll off of it, jump down, start Naruto running, get on top of this thing, start just coating it with your hands.
Okay.
You start seeing the embers and smolders happening, little smizzle smokes happening. So it's coming off.
Get going.
Oh, yeah.
Get it going. Yeah. All right.
Where are we heading? Are we heading straight to the river that you know?
We gotta head to that path by the river.
So
The
whichever
one
way,
bit northeast of the city.
whichever way we go, could I use prestidigitation to make a sound of like some kind of sound to attract somebody on the opposite way?
Okay, yeah. The best bet would probably be on the ship after you guys are off of the ship. Because no one's on the ship anymore. No one will be on the ship. Everybody's going with you.
Oh, even the way in.
Everybody's going.
Oh. Guys, we have NPCs with us again.
Anyway, said, I told you I'd guide you to the
Impound.
forest.
And we'll steal it.
Wait, Lingway's coming?
Yeah.
Whoa!
That's cool. Okay, sweet. Respect. Alright, we doing this.
You guys start making your way through the town. You do your little prestidigitation. You make what do you want him to say, or what's your effect?
I didn't know they were coming with us. Could I cast Major Image and just make it so that we are still on the ship and slowly make our way
I like
down? Like, you know what? We're just gonna go sleep this off until they come back and just one at a time, kind of going down. You know what I mean? So that way they're just like, oh, they went down into the wherever.
Yep. You guys make your way off the ship. He's setting a harpoon on fire. Options.
I'm aware, but I'm like role playing. I'm like, I don't know what you're doing. I'm
Yep.
terrible fog, so I can't see you.
Yeah.
So you guys are kind of splitting up. You guys are meeting back up, and since the right out the end of the pier, you kind of like duck behind these stalls. Right when we see the couple guards start running in, fire, fire! As they're starting to like kind of, you start to see them like carry buckets and stuff. You see some of them start casting, create water to try to get this thing off. You see a
Counterspell.
bunch-
No. Counterspell. The big demon guy.
Right, you did. You did.
Our wizard, Airtross.
Airtross.
I tried to use it on him.
You guys make your way through the town, like narrowly dodging, like everybody, all the like townsfolk, all the soldiers are up in arms right now, but none of them have like, it's mostly the fire that they're going towards. You make your way through, and as you step, there's a certain point as you step through, you just feel like it's almost like you're stepping into humidity, like just the smell, the feel.
Walking through a curtain.
Just like a curtain. You just walk through the field into the forest. Immediately, almost all silence behind you. Now you're opened up into a new world. You get to hear the sounds of. Actually, let me check that out. You hear like the sounds of the forest. And it's not like absolute quiet. You can still hear it. It's still muffled, but it's just like the atmosphere itself is physically changed. You now entered into the forest. You guys start making your way, keep running through, dodging guards, jumping in and out of alleyways, and we head to the river that you are referencing. Which river are you referencing, by the way?
Can I see the map?
I will have maps for you.
Is the airfield technically on this map? Would it exist like
At the very, very bottom.
in the center?
Right now,
We're at
Vermont River. There's a long way to go.
Yes, this river will lead you. So you're at the river. You see a couple like little boats dock. This is the main travel that the elves of the Jaded Forest could make through. There's no flying really, unless you have a certain. Actually, you don't know this. There is no flying within the Jaded Forest. Only travel by river or by trails, and you have to have a guide to get through them safely.
Would you be able to be that guide?
I do have
I know how to
expertise in
get back
forests.
to.
For my traveling,
Okay.
which we can use.
And my character's just omnipotently powerful, so I mean, I already know this like the
Yep.
Ah, shit, I rolled a 1. I forgot it all.
I have like some traveling and survival experience, so I do have like some benefits with that. for
I can talk
advantage.
to the trees. They'll help me lead the way.
If I could pull 2 straps off my thumb,
Until you
then I
meet
could-
that
There
point
you
where
go.
you speak Spanish and you're like, oh shit, should have taken that in high school.
You have proficiency bonus on intelligent and wisdom checks. While traveling for an hour or more in chosen terrain, difficult terrain doesn't slow your group's travel. Your group can't become lost except by magical means. You remain alert to danger even when you are engaged in another activity. You can move stealthily at a normal pace while alone. You find twice as much food while foraging, and while tracking creatures, you learn the exact number, sizes, and how long ago they passed through the area.
Isn't this Fangborn Forest? We're fucked, because these trees move.
But we cannot get lost except by magical means.
This whole forest is magic.
Okay, I need you to make a nature check for me.
Ooh.
Not with advantage.
Oh.
Disagree, magic, of course.
Oh. I do get my proficiency bonus on it, though.
Sure.
What is my proficiency bonus?
Should be +3.
Resident, what's the move from here? We're at the rivers. We're just
There's
outside
a
it.
boats there, right?
18.
Okay.
Can I?
You get the sense of all that you just read that
Yeah.
you can do. Except that this is a magical forest. You are now that you're getting the very edge of this, I'm gonna add that this is also like the trees themselves, like the sun is now setting. The trees themselves kind of have this kind of glowish behind them, bright different fluorescent colors, bluish, purplish, greens.
Is this like
blues.
Avatar, like the blue people Avatar?
This is very much like Pandora. So this is a mixture of kind of like Endor mixed with Fangorn mixed with Pandora Forest.
Oh shit.
Can I do like a survival / arcane check, like a duel? Because I want to see if it's like anything like how like the ancient mountain gnomes that I used to stay with when I was recovering from an old wound I have used to use forests, a magical spell upon forests that like distract people from making it to their mountains.
You can go ahead and make your check. Like I said, you guys are at the edge of the river right now. You're starting to hear voices start coming up towards your way from behind you. It sounds more like a patrol.
You guys want to hide in the forest?
Oh, well, isn't
And
that the
then,
direction we're going anyways?
Well, I think it would be better.
We should not get caught, for sure.
yeah, that's what I'm
I think
saying.
we need to just keep moving, like jump into the river and just keep going.
There's a way to hide our tracks.
Petals,
Exactly.
we do not want to jump in this river.
Just hide in forest from them.
We can hide in the forest and we can.
Shall we run along the riverside?
I would get in the boats that are in front of us right now and just make our.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's boats?
Yeah.
Oh, right there.
Investigation.
No, I mean, never mind. Never mind.
Oh!
So,
I knew the boats were there. I didn't know if you guys wanted to go and like they hear us or like hide and wait to see them pass.
Well, the thing is,
Are they gonna know the boats are missing?
I'm be worried that they see the boats are like sailing away,
That's what I was thinking.
But we're in boats.
Also,
Without trace.
but they're also boats.
the way the river's flowing, would it be conducive for us to like go and like it's helping us or is it hurting us? Like, flow the river.
It's heading towards the lake.
Everybody has a
We don't know
plus
the
10 to
details.
stealth right now.
Slade.
Well,
Slade.
just their stealth check.
No
and
cap.
can't be tracked except by magical means.
But
But these elves are magical. God damn it.
Exactly.
But they have to perceive it
I know,
if
I'm
they bother
kidding.
trying to find
I'm
us.
kidding. It's like the magic. The force is magic.
Okay, let me just throw out a small little argument.
Well, rested since last time. Okay, great. Just gonna reset my spell slots here.
So,
If
what
we
do you
may
think we
throw
should
a
do?
small
You guys play
argument.
better than us.
This river
These
will
are
lead
elves
us
that
to.
are living in this forest.
Sure.
What would
They-
you like to do?
I think that they would be able to track us very easily, even with those kind of abilities put in place, because this is their like.
Can't hurt to add more stealth though.
I know, but this is fair. This is fair. We're
So-
just gonna roll with it.
They won't
It can't hurt to try.
go past their door.
So,
They're not
to get to
the
the
way
next
that
one.
rivers. Petal speaks up. She says, "Well, the way that rivers work here is they do flow in a certain direction. Yes, they either come from the ocean, they lead off the mountains. Yes, our boats from what please correct me if I'm wrong, Aloe, our boats guide the way for whoever's piloting. It doesn't matter the flow of the direction. By magical means that these boats will go, even with, I mean, if you're flowing down the river, it is a faster travel, but it doesn't mean you can't flow upstream.
Sounds good. Let's hop in and go.
Did
Let's
use it
do
to
it.
go upstream for a little while.
Yes, you did. Cool. You guys jump
How
in.
many people fit per boat? How many
4
boats do
people
you have to
per
take? 4 people per boat? Okay, who wants to sit with... How are we going to split this up?
We need 3 boats at least.
At least 3 boats.
How many boats do we have?
There's like 10 of them right
Oh,
now.
perfect.
Yeah. Alright.
Alright, so 1 fighter per boat, and then... You want Pedal to go with you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are we
Pedal
gonna
goes with
run?
Alright, so me, Pedal, ooh, I forgot your character.
Yeah.
Who knows the navigation best? Like, probably you, right?
Hello,
You should be
and
the
then
first boat we'll follow.
Wingway.
I don't might know even more. She's older than I. She knows more about these vineyards.
Well, she
Okay,
got
so then
been
you-
in the forest for
You,
over
Pedal.
1 year.
Who wants to go with
She
him?
was in the forest.
So
before
he's
at
full.
the border.
It's him, Aloe, Pello, and Wingway.
Okay. Second boat.
Ah,
The other half of the group and the other boat will be Lingway's, the rest of Lingway's crew.
Yes.
That works.
There we go.
You guys jump in these boats, you start sailing. What direction? Are we heading, Pedal, as you guys start going up the river?
What's your character's name again,
towards-
by the way? Michael?
You guys are now...
I'm just itching.
oh,
What's your character's name?
Kare.
Kara.
Alright.
As you guys are flowing to the river, you're getting your first actual look within the forest. And this is nighttime, mind you. You're seeing shadows moving. Very familiar for you. You're seeing like shadows move in the forest, different creatures. You see what I thought was a tree, this large, just shadowy figure slowly is moving through the forest. You guys are going about like, a couple knots, a couple miles per hour. You're going at a decent pace, still very slow. You're not trying to cause attention to yourself, but you guys are successfully made your way into the forest. And it's just like this odd sense of pure life that you've never experienced before. Like everything around you is alive. The air itself seems alive. The molecules in the air, you get the sense of smell of like life, death, fresh, everything all at once. Odd bugs you've never seen before, lizards and other small critters go along the riverbend. You see every now and then you see some sort of creature move underneath the boats as well. Pedal looks over at you and says, "Yeah, that's why we don't get in the river."
Is it piranhas?
From the Amazon.
It's like Amazon, right?
I wish.
If you took a piranha and you made it like
Man size.
15.
long, you make it long.
Oh, so aggressive sharks. Got
15.
it.
Yes.
Bust out my jar of peanut butter.
Which is that was head to toe in peanut butter. Does that feel good?
Crunchy.
I threw it up.
yeah, I look back and I'm like, man, there are bears in this forest.
Whoa.
Giant bears.
Yes, there are. What does Pedals? Bells, so are we gonna head straight to the grove? I would very much like to head straight to Magnolia.
Let's do it.
What did you say?
Well, that's the part I'm not sure. I mean, when I was last here, I thought it was friendly. I was friendly with everybody. I knew everybody in my town. We were very peaceful folk. From what you've told me, it's not that. So I'm worried. I want to make contact with my sister and my siblings. I want to know if they're doing okay. My sister is the person I could probably trust the most, and the one I'm also most worried about. I have a couple, and this is while you're on the boat. She's kind of telling you her story. I have 5 other siblings, so there's 6 of us, plus my father and my mother. My father, the Havenor, and my mother, the Ashtar of our grove. Phinia is the one I'm probably the most closest to, be it at age. My next older brother, Behaloon, he's probably maybe like 50 years older than I am. We're somewhat close. But if I'm gonna make contact, it would be with Finna, and I don't know how I would without being at the grove. You guys can also check your phones. There's no service here yet. We don't know what cell phones are, crystals or any of that. Mag tech, we barely use mag tech.
What are your thoughts on this? Because I would think a more cautious approach would be more viable than just going straight to a grove. I think we need to find a more stealth way here and a more stealthier way to make contact with everything that's going on from what LOS told us here recently these times. What are your thoughts?
According to the map that Kari had, and the note, with all due respect, Princess, we might have better luck searching Grove Yinfield first. That might be where your sister is.
What makes you think that my sister's at Greenfield?
It was in the letter, in the map, that was left in Archais' wardrobe.
Oh, yeah, we can
There was
add that.
mention of dragons. And the only place I could imagine the dragons be is where they tame the giant beast.
Yes, well, Yinfeld does have the riders. I mean, that's what we call them. They're not necessarily, like, I guess you could call them dragons. They're more of like a worm, in a sense.
A worm.
A worm. But it is like a crossbreed of like a dragon and worm. I mean, that is a good place that we could check. That is... Oops. So that is the opposite direction of Magnala, which we can make. We just have to go up through the Treeworth River.
Tree what?
Treeworth. Trayworth. Sorry. Trayworth. Actually, we have to cross through several rivers to get through there.
Where are we trying to head to? Yep.
May I have a different...
Yeah.
Yeah. Yo.
Yo.
There it is. Sir.
Power she blows.
Oh, it's
I see
exciting.
land in the distance.
We're already heading to the lake, Verona. That'll lead us to the next river.
From what my memories that I can at least remember, it's Lake Sumia that we're going to be making our first stop at. Well, that's going to be the first milestone.
Okay.
Would you happen to remember if there's anything that we need to be cautious about in this lake? Since we now have realized that there are many mystical creatures, shall we say, around in these parts.
As long as we're in a boat, we should be safe.
Okay, good.
Okay. Gandalf style. I want to catch a lightning bug in my hand,
Okay.
ever so delicately, speak to it.
All right, cool.
Have you seen any dragons, my friend?
I want you to know I'm right here.
Oh my god.
Well, I guess she's speaking her native tongue to this creature, so none of us really knows what she's saying.
This sort of, like, she's speaking to it as if normal Elvish.
She's
in a
speaking
sense,
in D's.
but there's like a dialect that you're not. If you speak Elvish, it's an odd dialect. You've never heard of it.
I do speak Elvish.
And you're picking up what she's saying, but it's almost a different kind of not
A
dialect.
real twang to it.
It's like Elvish to it. But you're not getting the set. You're not hearing what the lightning bug is talking back to her.
That I am.
And
Dragons? Oh, I have not seen any dragons here before. At least, no, not in the forest. I haven't seen any dragons. so cute. I love my creatures.
Oh, thank you.
So it's like fluttering and kind of marking a little brightly.
Oh,
Oh, you made it blush.
oh, how I miss.
Yes, you did.
Thank you, my friend. You're welcome. Little sproutling.
She's like flies away. You guys are still going on this river. You get to Lake Sumia. This is like hours and hours of sailing. So you guys are talking, taking in the sights. You start to see the sun rise.
Do we notice if anybody's watching us as we're sailing?
Don't make perception checks.
Ooh, I'm good at perception.
I am not.
I feel like somebody wants to stop me on it.
29.
I got a 17.
You all get the feeling if someone's watching. Something's watching.
I don't get the feeling of it.
Would you see it roll? 100% get the feeling someone's watching. Like actively everywhere around. You get the feeling that something inside you is looking at you.
Well,
There's nothing in the baby carrier. It's weird. It's weird.
Oh, God.
Bucolius will be spending a lot of this time from here on constantly looking at the trail that we came from to see if there may be any distant ships sailing with us.
Several of like the animals you're now starting to see wake up, the creatures around. They're kind of walking along the riverbed, just staring at you.
That's not disconcerting.
Oh, you talk to animals, right?
I love them, I am.
What's
You're
the thing
hearing
that-
whispers, Aloe, and Petal does as well. That there is a 1 second, actually. You're hearing whispers. It's
Only Petal and Aloe hear these whispers.
yes. You're hearing the whisper there.
She's returning.
So Bucolius has no idea what's going on. He's just feeling very cautious, looking over his back, and he's lighting up and just looking over.
As you're heading towards the lake, you see the very like tips of like some sort of tower amongst the trees. Like the trees themselves are big. You see like grove magnolia in the distance as well.
Did we decide that's where we're going?
I thought so.
That's a very tall tower. That's about where Bucolius is at.
Did your weed finally kick in and mellow you out? 3 weeks of air travel for you to take a chill pill?
No, there's just so much going on. I just have to just sit here and try to digest what I can.
Is there anything stronger for him?
There's a strong breeze of the wind that comes
A little
around,
bit.
and you start to see like very Pocahontas style, like flowers and leaves start circling around petals. Starts to fly away.
Bucolius draws his sword.
Scared of a couple of leaves.
And we're gonna end the night sessions at that point. We have now entered the Jaded Forest. Thank you guys for joining. Tune in next time. Like, subscribe to stay tuned for our next episodes. It's episode 3. 2 more weeks. Episode 3. Thank you guys.